Hello, my name is Kate Addy. You are watching Experience 360. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment and share. I come from Africa in the Eastern region, but I live in Accra. I work in the hospitality industry. I'm actually an extrovert. I like to hang out with friends and have fun. I'm kind of a talkative when I'm with the people I'm comfortable with. Growing up, I've always wanted to be a nurse. However, we don't always get what we want, especially in Ghana here. But I'm happy with what I'm doing now, and I'm looking forward to achieving more in the coming future. I care about my family and the people I love the most because, you see, money comes and goes, but these people who genuinely love you, they will always be there whenever you need help. People may choose money, their career and jobs over their family and loved ones. But trust me, companionship is something we cannot do without as humans. I'll say I'll not date fair guys. When we say fair, that's extremely fair guys. I just don't find them attractive. And secondly, I wouldn't like to date the men in the security sectors. When you talk about that, then we are talking about the police, the military, the fire service, the navy and the rest. I don't really have any personal grudge against them, but then I don't like the way they transfer them. I wouldn't feel comfortable with it, dating a guy who is moving from places to places and going for peacekeeping. What if he doesn't come back? You see, yes. That's my reason. I don't really have any personal reason attached. My ideal man should be a man who is hardworking, who has respect for women, God-fearing, and should be matured in terms of brains, not physicals, and should have a touch of the street in them. I've done a lot of crazy things for love, but let me give you these two. I've actually picked a car with my own money from Labadi to Kaswa to pick dirty clothes from this guy, come back to Labadi, wash them and return them. Not just once, not just twice. I used to do this every 2 weeks. Secondly, I wake up whenever I'm going there. I wake up at dawn, like 3, prepare different kinds of foods, banku, jollof rice, okra stew, then buy groceries attached to it, sell it to him, then come back and starve with my own money. I don't even get transportation or anything. I just come back like that and starve. After all this, it actually ended in tears. Yes. It ended in tears. Yes. This one. I don't even know how to start it, but then let me put it like this. It was one night, one Friday night we spoke. Yes. The next day we agreed on talking the next day when I'm going to work at dawn. So on my way to work, I called this guy around 5. But when I called him, he was on a call. They were like, call waiting. I said, okay. Who could he be speaking to at this time? Because we agreed we are going to speak until I get to work. So I was calling every 10 minutes to check whether he's done or not. But I kept calling, then he was still on a call. So when it was about time for me to get to work, now and I called again. This time he picked and he was like, he's in the hospital, so he will call me back. I was like, oh, okay. But then my conscience, the echo in the call didn't sound like somebody who was in the hospital. But I kept quiet. I was like, okay, when he finished. I went to work. I was sitting at work and I was still wondering why this guy has not called me back. It was around 8 and I called back. And he was still on a call. So I decided not to bother him anymore. But something clicked. There's this guy, let's say a house help at their place. It's a work and the work has given them a place to stay. So they have somebody who works for them. I went to a friend to pick her phone. I was like, let me call this guy and ask what was actually going on. So I called the guy and I asked him, are you sick or something? Were you brought to the hospital? Are you at the hospital? He said, oh no, I'm fine. I'm actually sleeping. I've not even woken up. I said, oh, okay. Are you sure you're not sick? He said, oh, he was sick on Wednesday, but then now he's fine. He actually went to the hospital, so he's fine. He's still sleeping. He has not woken up. I said, oh, okay. It was actually 8:30 when I called him again. He now came to tell me that the boy at their workplace, the house help, fainted on that Friday night after we were done talking on phone. The guy fainted around 10 o'clock, so they took him to the hospital. So I was like, oh, so what is making you make calls like that? He said, oh, he's calling the guy's family members and his aunties and the mother. I was like, oh, okay, so what hospital did you take the guy to? He said he doesn't know the name of the hospital. He just saw a hospital and they took the guy. And I was like, oh, nice. Meanwhile, I've called the guy and the guy said he wasn't rushed to the hospital or anything. And I now asked him, so why are you lying to me? He said he's not lying. If I like, I should call the guy on the phone. So I actually called the guy. We did a conference call and the guy was like, he's fine. He's home. He's not sick or anything. This guy got angry. I called him several times. I called him that day. So I started begging him he should forgive me. I know he lied to me, but he should forgive me and forget about it. It is me he lied to, but I've forgiven him. So let's stop everything and just forget about everything. This guy got angry for 2 good weeks. So the second week on Sunday, I took my colleague's phone and called him. He was like, who is this? I said, me. He said, why am I calling him? I should hang up, blah, blah, blah. I begged him that we should talk for a while. He said since we started dating, he has never lied to me, that he can swear on his late brother's grave that he has never lied to me. That the guy was actually sick and he was the one who took him to the hospital with his colleague. And I told him that the guy said he didn't take him to the hospital, that the guy is not sick. So whom did you take to the hospital? He said, so it is the truth that the guy is lying, the guy is trying to break our relationship and all. I was like, okay, can you swear on your mother that this guy was sick and you actually took the guy to the hospital? He said, yes, I can swear on my mother. And he actually swore on the mother that he took the guy to the hospital. So whenever we get into a fight or we have arguments, I buy a gift to apologize. So this time, I decided to buy a shoe for him since I promised him I would get him a shoe. I went to the shop. I was trying to get the shoe. Then I remembered, what if I take something that he doesn't like? So I took a shot of the shoe, like a picture of it, and sent it to him. But then he was not online, and I knew he was busy at work, so I didn't want to bother him. I was waiting. But then I was calling him several times, but he didn't pick up. So it was later on, I left the shop and went back to work. Then I called and he picked. He was like, why am I worrying? I was like, oh, please. I just wanted to tell you to check on your WhatsApp because I sent you something to see if you really like. That was when he told me that he cannot continue with me, that we should break up. At that moment, I cried. Like, I broke down. I really cried. I cried a lot. I tried begging him and all at that moment, but he hung up on me and he never picked my calls. I was really broken. It really got to me, like I really felt it. And I went through a lot, crying each and every day. I lost weight, I couldn't eat. It was a lot, it was serious, but then I passed through and now I'm okay. I always say I've moved on, but I've moved on. I'm okay now. I've forgotten about him. Yes, maybe. Please, what I'll tell the young ones is that when you are falling in love, make sure the guy is also obsessed with you, like the way you are obsessed with him. I beg, please, it's very necessary. Make sure the love you are giving him, you are getting the same love back. Yes, I think that's all. And don't fall too much. And don't let the guy see that you love him too much. Please, when you love him, at least hide it small, like small. Don't let him see that much that you are so much into him, or else we'll show you shaky, please. This has been Kate Ade you've been watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please like the video, comment and share. Bye.